My name is Karina and welcome to the Karina Chronicles. In this video I will show you my Orilium TBR for the autumn equinox, which is like a TBR for August, and I am so excited about this. So if you don't know, the Orilium Readathon is a readathon hosted by a booktuber G, we call her Book Roast. I will link her channel down below, of course. She has put so many effort in this readathon. It is like a whole new world. She used to host Harry Potter readathons. She stopped with that. It was called the Magical Readathon, and now she created her own fantasy world. There are a lot of things that you could compare to Harry Potter, but also a lot of things that are far more interesting, and it's so in-depth and it's incredible, really. You need to check it out. I got addicted the moment that I actually saw it, and the first thing she did was a novice path, so that was a month-long readathon where you could read books to create a character. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of character, and your character goes into this world and goes to the Orilium Academy, and that is, it's just so exciting. So the novice path I didn't really participate in, but I did do it later on because at the moment I didn't know yet about it, but I did them later. So I created a character. It is actually Lia I, the character I play with in Dungeons and Dragons. She is doing this path and is attending this school, which I feel so excited about. I have bought a journal for it to make her school things more like in one journal. I didn't find the time yet, but I hope to have this summer some time to really put some creativity in that and put everything on there. In April was the spring equinox. That is like the first semester. You have 2 semesters on this academy. This is the first year it's taking place, so this is the first year of the academy. We are all first year students. Lia went to the spring equinox and she chose a calling. A calling is like a career, and she chose the crafstmage career. I will link the other videos on the screen and later at the end, because then you can watch everything, how I created her and what she did. And in the spring equinox she actually read all her subjects, so that means that she completed the semester and she's going to the second semester. And in my wrap up of July I have let you know which books I read for every subject. I actually read for all the subjects through from April through now. I only read the subjects that I needed to read for the craftsmage calling in April itself. But now we're in August, we're at the second semester, and there are actually exams coming. So that means that you need to take some subjects that you need to get a specific grade for your calling. So there are actually 2 classes I need to take, 2 exams that I need to do as my craftsmage calling, and that is artificery and inscription. Both of those I need to do, and I need to get specific grades for them. How do you get a specific grade for this? Well, it is again a readathon in August, and to get a specific grade you need to read books, obviously. You have 3 different grades you can get for a subject. You have O, which is ordinary, you have Q, which is qualified, and you have D, which is distinguished. And if you need to have an ordinary grade for your subject, that means you need to read for 1 prompt and 1 book for that subject to pass the exam. If you want to be qualified, you need to read for 2 prompts, 2 books. And if you want to have an distinguished, you need to read 3 prompts, 3 books. So I am taking 2 subjects. There are 2 exams that I need to pass, and I need to have a qualified, so a Q, 2 books for inscription, and I need to have a distinguished, so 3 books for artificery. And that's 5 books in total, which is usually also what I do in August. I already looked it up in April how many books I needed to read and chose my calling due to it, because for some you needed to read 12 books in August, and well, I'm not able to do that, but I need to read 5 to complete it. And I'm going to show you which books I chose for which prompt and which books I'm therefore going to read in August. So first I'm going to show you the 3 books I'm going to read to be distinguished in artificery. And the first prompt, so if I would only read that book, I would be ordinary in this subject, is read a book with artificial intelligence in there. This was already really hard because I had actually none on my foreseeing TBR for the next few months. So, well, that started off with a great start. But G is always very loose on the rules. You just make the rules for yourself so that you have a fun time. And the first one with the artificial intelligence that I'm therefore going to read is Amarant by Emmelie Arents. I don't really know if there's artificial intelligence in here, but it is at least about kind of cloning and donating your organs to other people where you then kind of live in or something. I really don't know. But it sounded like it had kind of artificial intelligence in here. And I, well, did skip through it to get a review out, because this was actually a review copy, but I got it after the date that I needed to post a review. It was really ridiculous. So yeah, that was a shame. But that said, I'm going to read this for artificery and count it as artificial intelligence, because I actually think we could count it like that. And the second book, so to get qualified in this, is to read a book with foil on there. And for that I'm reading A Marvellous Light by Freya Marske. And this actually has foil. You might not see it, but it does. So this one does actually fit the prompt. This I wanted to read for Pride. We're 2 months further. Didn't read this for Pride. Yeah, that's just what happened. But yeah, still, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then the third book is a second chance author. I see it as a second chance author because I didn't really have a nice conversation with her. Something went kind of wrong on Instagram and I had a weird conversation with her. So I'm giving her a second chance because I am, because of that, not really looking forward to reading her books at the moment. Which is weird because I think she's a very nice person and it was just something went wrong and we had a weird conversation. But in that way it's a second chance. So I'm actually reading this because I want to give her a second chance, and by that it is a second chance author, right? But it is The Geur van Groen by Pamela Sharon. And this is actually about a blind girl that tells her world with colors that she feels. And I think that sounds really interesting. So I'm really curious and I hope that by reading this I feel more positive about her again. And then there are 2 books that I need for inscription to get actually qualified on that subject. And the first one is a childhood favorite, which is nice because I really need to read The Hunger Games. And that is because it's a travel book. I borrowed it in some way. I explain travel books more often in my videos, but you buy a book for yourself that you really want to read, and then you send it to a next person. We are with 8, and everyone makes annotations in the books and also has a little notebook where they can write their favorite quotes and all the thoughts they have when they're reading it. And so you send the book to everyone, and when it gets back to you, you read it, but you also see the annotations of friends, and you can read in the notebook what everyone thought at every moment, which is really nice. And I have this book in my possession for a very long time now, but I got a little bit stuck because the person after me has a big pile of books. She's not reading so fast, which we of course don't mind, and she wasn't really getting through the books, so I didn't really feel like I needed to hurry. But I just got a package with 2 new books. The last 2 I think I need to read, and then I only need to read my own book, and this one first, and it's high time. It is a childhood favorite of mine, so I think that actually reading The Hunger Games this month would be good. That's a long story for something that I just wanted to say. I'm going to read The Hunger Games again. If you don't know what it is about, it is a dystopian, I would say, from 10 years ago. And the movies are also really good. So, and then the book that I read to be qualified is a graphic novel, and I should have finished it already a million years ago, but Heartstopper by Oseman is the graphic novel that I'm reading in August to finish my TBR. So the fun part is that usually I don't really stick to my TBRs, but now I kind of have to, because otherwise I fail my exams. Can you believe that I'm doing exams in my free time? Well, I am, and I need to finish these 5 books to actually complete my TBR and complete my exams and my Orilium first year. So I'm going to read these books. You will see me try to finish these books very badly. The fun thing is that in August I do not have a holiday. But my boyfriend does, so that always gives me time to read. I'm going to miss him, by the way. He's going away for a long time. So that is not fun, but at least that always gives me a lot of time to read. And I'm going to do a 24-hour reading challenge. It will probably be on the 20th to 21st of August, because then the Orilium Readathon actually has 24-hour reading challenge, and I'm just going to join them. And I think in 24 hours, these books are all not that big, I could finish 2. So that makes the August TBR a lot more doable. Heartstopper is a 45 minutes read, then 2 books on that one day. Seems like I should be able to finish 5 books. So let's see. And that was actually it. I really hope you liked it. Let me know which books you are going to read in August, and also if you're also participating in the Orilium Readathon. There is a Discord. I am in there. I'm going to be fully addicted again in August. I'm already looking forward to it, although it's gonna take too much of my time, but who cares? So really excited. I hope you are as well, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell, you will be notified whenever I post a new video. I hope you'll have a lovely day filled with books, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! I just realized this was my last TBR video before my channel is 1 year old. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. 1 year old. It feels like I started yesterday.